On today's show, Final Cut gets a massive update, iMovie gets a much smaller update, iOS 14 and iPadOS 14 Beta 6 is released, and I think John Prosser just confirmed all of my LiDAR thoughts.
This is the Apple Daily.
I'm David and I simplify Apple so everything just works for you, and if you want to get the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours, as well as how to do more with your Apple gear every day at 12 UTC, hit the like, subscribe and ring that bell so you get a shout out from me when you tell me in the comments. Shout outs coming at the end of the show. Final Cut Pro gets a massive update. So today Apple released a big old update for Final Cut Pro, which includes significant workflow improvements. Now what does that mean? It basically means that Final Cut Pro is much easier for editors to work on remotely if they're not in the same place as their servers, and also a whole bunch of stuff for social media stuff, which is great for me and great for pretty much any content creators out there. And I know Final Cut Pro is a massive favourite of YouTubers and of YouTube content creators for many reasons. This is going to make it so much better for them. Now, I've not mentioned this in the past on the channel, but I work as a moderator for Gary Vaynerchuk's First in Line group on Facebook, so I'm really into the kind of social media stuff and repurposing content. What Final Cut Pro is able to do now is take your timeline, analyze each individual clip, and then optimize it for different aspect ratios. So if you're making vertical videos that are going to be going onto something like Instagram Stories or TikTok, or if you're making square videos for Instagram feeds or anything like that from a main piece of content, it is able to optimize each shot individually for you and give you what it thinks is the best shot. And then you can kind of go through and go, that one's not quite right, give it a little edit, and away you go. So it's going to save massive amounts of time for social media creators that are looking to repurpose content across multiple platforms. It's also added a bunch of extra tools for anyone using 360 video and also for 3D stereoscopic video. There's also a huge amount of improvements to sound workflows. So if you want to do crossfading between different tracks, that can be automated, I think, with just one click now. It's going to be super exciting to see what creators do using these new tools in Final Cut Pro. iMovie gets a much smaller update. In addition to Final Cut's big updates today, iMovie, which is Apple's consumer-grade video editing tool, has had an update as well, which gives you 3 extra filters, which are all hand-drawn style filters, 25 new soundtracks, and squashed a whole bunch of bugs on the iPhone and iPad versions. If you're using a Mac, you get 5 new filters. I'm guessing it's the 3 that are included on iPad and iOS, and also a couple that maybe were already on there and they'd forgotten. And then the other big update to it is actually giving it the ability to import the projects that are using these filters into iMovie on your Mac. Now, just to be clear, iMovie is completely free on iPhone, iPad or Mac, so it's a great starter video editor. It's great for doing video gaming clips and things like that. iOS 14 and iPadOS 14 Beta 6 is released. Yesterday, Apple released the 6th betas of iOS and iPadOS 14, and there are very few changes on the surface. However, these beta updates are all about squashing bugs. There's a couple of adjustments that we can see to how you would adjust alarms on the scroll wheels for clocks. There's a couple of little appearance things with colours in Mail. A toggle has now appeared for Apple's spatial audio for AirPods Pro, although that feature doesn't appear to be functional in the beta at this point. So, although it seems like a kind of boring update, it has to be said that the betas have been super stable this year on the public side and on the developer side. I've been running the developer beta from the second day that it was available. Public betas I've got on other devices. So I've been using a bit of everything and I've really had very, very few issues. The biggest issue I've had has been swiping down to search. On occasion has literally just given me a blurred screen, but without the items appearing on top of it. That's about as bad as it's got, and all I've had to do is swipe up on the screen to clear that. Other than that, it has been a rock solid OS, and I think people are going to be really impressed with it, with the addition of widgets and everything else when it is fully released. 120Hz ProMotion just will not die. Now, just as I was about to film this, John Prosser started tweeting, and that always gets exciting. My Twitter's still going on here, so there may be more updates before the morning. If there are, I will try and add them in as an annotation, because I don't want you to miss out on too much of this stuff. But John Prosser started tweeting some images, screenshots screenshots allegedly from an iPhone 12 Pro Max. This is a prototype version, and you can tell from these screenshots that some of these options are not as they will be labelled, at least once the phone is released. But one really caught my eye, and it was nothing to do with 120 Hz, which is what everyone's been worrying about. It's about LiDAR. I put out a video a few days ago on exactly what I think that LiDAR sensor on the iPhone 12 Pro is going to be for, and this, I think, might have just confirmed it for me. So one of the options on that screenshot is enable LiDAR CA to assist autofocus and subject detection for video and night mode. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds exactly like what I was talking about in that video. Being able to use the LiDAR to detect where stuff is within a scene so that the focus is better, the focus is quicker, and also identifying the subject. That could well be so that it can identify it from the background and add that bokeh effect to the background. I feel super vindicated. I'm very, very excited and really, really pleased. So I want to put my feet up. I think I've done my job for this week. But also, thank you again to John Prosser. We gave him a big shout out yesterday, and let's do it again. John Prosser, you're a legend, and I'm wearing the t-shirt again. And also yesterday at the end of the show, I did say if you subscribe and ring the bell and comment down in the comments to tell me that you've done it, I would give you a shout out. And I've got 2 people that have done that, and they've not got easy names for me to say, so I'm sorry guys, but I'm going to do my best. In my notification squad right now, Apple fam, we have Yaya Kuzba and Jashwathan Jananthanan. Maybe. I'll put your names on the screen because I've probably ruined them. But thank you guys for being in my notification squad. And for the rest of you guys in my Apple fam, if you hit that notification bell, subscribe, and let me know in the comments that you've done it, you will get a shout out on tomorrow's show as a big thank you. We've hit 100 subscribers, which is what I was looking for, hopefully by the end of this week, but we've done it, and it's Tuesday when I'm recording this, so thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I'm out of here.